Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll give you an update as to what's been happening with me, how I am bouncing back and recovering, and all that good stuff. So if you're interested, keep on watching. I really didn't make any type of script for this video. I just kind of like decided to turn on the camera and start yapping. I haven't been in front of the camera for a very long time, and now that I finally feel like I'm back to my old self, I finally feel like myself, that I'm able to share a part of myself with you guys again. I just finished filming unboxing, which I'll share hopefully either before this video goes up or after. But I do want to show you that my current favorite wine is this. I think it's pronounced Ganjia, I'm not sure, but it's basically just Moscato. Is it Moscato? Yeah, it is. But it tastes like juice. I've been loving it. I don't drink very often, nor do I drink at home alone at all. You know, sometimes you just need to unwind with a glass of wine, so that's what I've been enjoying. So to give you an idea as to like what's been going on with me, about a year and a half ago I had COVID, and that really affected my body in a way that I didn't expect. Of course, I heard a lot of people having long COVID. I didn't expect myself to experience the same thing. I know it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's never gonna happen to me, but it did. So I used to dance at least 3 to 4 times a week. From Monday to Thursday, I would just do pole dance, girls hip hop, heels class. I would also go to the gym in between those dance classes as well. I was really active, and when I got COVID, all of that came to an end because obviously I was recovering. I wasn't feeling well. I was still very nauseous. Even the slightest workout, like I would just be not okay. So even though just not exercising for at least 6 weeks after recovery was the recommended amount of time, I pushed my body to its limit. I had a presentation for dance that I worked super hard for. Getting COVID definitely set me back by a lot, and so I was pushing my body, and that had a lot of long-term effects. So I was completely fatigued all the time. I could barely drag myself to the gym. I could barely go to dance classes. Like, I went from dancing Monday to Thursday to barely even being able to dance once per week. Like, that's how much it affected me. So I was talking to a coworker about this. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm not trying to preach anything. This was what I've noticed to happen to me in my personal experience. But I started to take honey, and this is what it is. It's just basically green propolis. And then I've also started to eat 1 stick of honey per day. And this is what the packaging is. It's actually really nice. Just 1 per day. Like, I read that you're not supposed to have too much honey because it's sugar, but I've been eating 1 stick per day along with green propolis, and that has really helped me bounce back, and I'm able to go to the gym, even do Pilates now. Again, I'm not preaching anything. I'm just saying that this is helping me to gain back my strength. Not being able to go to dance, not being able to go to the gym, I felt like I was losing a part of myself that was super important, because without dance, without going to the gym, like, I wouldn't have been able to survive in Korea as long as I have been, just due to loneliness and stress levels. In regards to like my goals that I've set out for 2024, that has been put on hold just because for the past few months I've been dealing with a lot of family stuff, things that really triggered my anxiety. I mean, I had a lot of emotional breakdown just because my family was stressing me out. I felt like nobody understood me, nobody was hearing me out. I finally decided to use my voice and stand up for myself. I started to put myself first, more so than I've ever did. At the end of the day, like, my mental health was the utmost important thing to me. I'm glad I did what I did, because now I can finally breathe and sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys. And so I just want to give you guys a recap as to like the things that I've set up for myself for 2024. If you remember, like, this was one of the books that I presented to you guys in my earlier videos. I have not written in this since I believe April, and that's when like a lot of crap went down. Like, April 14th was the week that I stopped. As you can see, like, there is literally nothing written. I used to write this every single week. I used to make this like my ritual, but I just couldn't. I put like stretch for 4 times a week, buy coffee only once a week, no extra snacks from outside from Monday to Friday. Like, those were my weekly goals that I put out for myself, and that was because I felt mentally capable of putting myself first and just building a routine for myself to not only improve myself as a person, but to get to where I want to be by the end of the year. But I couldn't do that because I was just completely stressed out, and anytime I have stress, anytime I have anxiety, my life tends to stop for others. which is an issue that I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate. I started journaling again. I haven't been able to find that courage to journal exactly what I'm thinking yet, because I still have that fear that somebody might be reading my journal or looking over my shoulder. Even though that's not going to be the case, it's just still a fear that I have. So I'm still learning how to trust myself a lot more, as well as developing my ability to express myself on paper despite me having these fears. I know that you guys also remember this one. This is basically my agenda planner, whatever you want to call it. I didn't write in this. Excuse you. Again, I didn't write in this since April, and I finally started to do that. I mean, the most simple thing that I wrote so far was, you know, read a book, journal, study some Korean. I'm still studying my Korean. And then I have Pilates class and Korean class. So the two books that I have been super religious about in the beginning of the year, it has dropped off just because I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and mental health issues. I'm getting back into it. I am going to try and start this journal again because it is Sunday, so it's the best day for me to start with this one, which is my daily planner. I'm hoping to make more progress with this because I started to fall off on a lot of the good habits that I created for myself just because I was trying to survive. Let's revisit the goals that I had for myself for 2024 and let's see how far I've come, because I've come a long way despite the fact that I was on hiatus. This book feels so empty and we are already in August. I'm not really happy about that. I know I could do better and I'm trying. So one of the goals that I had was travel to Japan and Canada by the end of the year. I already have those plane tickets booked, so that's gonna happen. One of them was read 10 books. I think I've read like 5 or 6 so far. I'm currently reading another book. It's the Korean version of the book Wonder, and that's for me to basically improve my Korean vocabulary and things like that. The next one is pass the citizenship exam, which I have done. It was the most stressful, okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. It was the most eye-opening experience for me just because I started to realize that not only was I pushing myself to have this one specific result, but I was basically having like physical symptoms because I was so worried about it. And after that, I told myself that I will never ever let something out of my control me like that again. Because in our exam room, the proctor was literally like, somebody failed 16 times. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person. It's safe to say that I will never need to take this exam ever again. The next one is save $10,000 for home expenses. We're not going to talk about that. The next one is do Aisha, and it's not that I've given up on it, it's more like I'm taking a pause. I'm not trying to rush into an advanced move, so I'm just giving myself that time to regain back my strength. I'm just getting back into the routine of doing pole dance classes, and after that, once I feel more comfortable, that's when I'll attempt Aisha again. Upload 40 videos per channel. So this is not my only YouTube channel, however, literally I have not achieved this goal. Some effort is better than no effort. One video is better than no videos, so I'm just giving myself some grace. This is really interesting because I'm not sure how you would measure this, but this one says hone in on my unique skills and talents. I do feel like I need to work on just trying something new that probably is able to reveal what kind of hidden talent that I have, if that makes sense. The last one that I have on this list is do middle splits. Now, I am very proud to say that I have achieved the middle split, not without pain though. I am going to be stretching a lot more often. So let's see, out of the 9 goals that I have written for myself, I have achieved 3 of them. So 30%, or sorry, 33%, which isn't bad. I mean, considering that it's still August, I do still have time to read more books, to create more content. You know, I'm not stressing out about it. I feel like I've grown so much in the past few months already. I think one of the most important things is to give yourself grace and the space to allow yourself to not achieve everything that you have on your bucket list for the year. I think that for me, being someone who is constantly chasing perfection, one of the things I need to remind myself is it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So even though I'm not able to read 10 books, I still learn something from all the other books that I've read. And even though I'm not able to save as much money as I want to, the fact that I still saved is something. So that's what I've been telling myself, to not only make myself feel better, but also as a way to not let a list kind of dictate how successful my year will be. Regardless of what happens, I still find that this year has been definitely pivotal for me. I mean, I passed one of the hardest exams in Korea, at least in my opinion. I didn't take the student or anything, but taking the citizen test is a very hard test. So I'm very proud of myself about that. I'm very proud that I was able to do middle splits. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm able to go to Canada and Japan before the year ends. So even though it's only 33% of my to-do list for this year, I'm still doing it. So that's my update for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this chit chat with me. I really enjoyed it. I felt like I needed to yap to somebody, to something, even though it's just to a camera at this moment and it's going to reach you guys. I really feel like this was a little bit therapeutic in some type of way. So thank you so much for watching to the very end. If you've made it this far, stay tuned for my next upcoming videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.